Okay, Mitchell. So, OAC football championship here. We got a couple divisions going today. It's a madhouse here in Sandusky, right?
No, this honestly isn't anything for us. We're used to 120 team tournaments out here. Baseball, our biggest event we do is 90. Soccer, we'll get up into the hundreds. So for us, 20 football teams equates kind of like 40 baseball teams, which is great for us. Now, I will say this, it's full out here, which is amazing. So this is a weekend where we normally wouldn't have done anything anyway. So to be able to bring the OAC out and allow them to host their state football championships here really is a pleasure for us, and it adds more to us being not just the private sports facility, but more of a community park. It allows some teams in the community to get out here, some local teams, but then it also still provides that regional championship feel like we normally do for a baseball and a soccer side of things. So I think a lot of people really think that we are a community park when they think about the facility, but realistically we've got teams, and this football tournament only echoes that. We've got teams from Columbus, teams from Youngstown, teams from Cleveland, teams from Toledo, all over the place. So, and this tournament really echoes that as well. You've got Medina out here, Olentangy. So it really fits with our model and how we service ourselves. And the baseball side of things and the soccer side of things, we see a lot of out-of-state teams out here as well. So it's a good mix for the local side of things, but also, again, fits in with our business model too.
Sports Force here in Sandusky is fairly new. Jared,
Yep.
Is it 20 months is what I heard?
Yep.
Is that correct?
20 months. We've been in operation about 20 months. So we started in April of last year. I hate to say we go dark, but we quit hosting tournaments from November until end of February each year. So that's kind of our unoperational period. We're still here full time getting ready for the next season and everything like that. But then as soon as March 1 hits, we start back up with lacrosse. We host a high school lacrosse preview here in the spring. And then we roll right into spring baseball tournaments for the club side of things. So, about 20 months there with those 3 months off this past winter and starting last April. It's been an awesome year too. We've had over 2,200 teams out here, which is incredible to think about. Really going above and beyond what we thought we'd be at this point in time when we first started looking at the facility. But it's been a great adventure, and it's been a great journey, and really it shows, especially having the OACs out here and football out here this weekend, shows that our park is a multi-use facility. We can host anything. We've done everything from car shows to concerts to now tackle football out here. Yeah, our bread and butter are soccer, baseball, and softball, but we can do anything out here on our turf fields. And being all synthetic turfs allows us to do that, and allows us to show off our power.
We could walk to Cedar Point from here, the greatest amusement park on the planet
Probably,
Earth,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
I mean, no question,
coasters,
right?
Yeah.
And it's right here. It's a no-brainer for people to come to tournaments.
It's a huge draw. You start talking to teams, that is the biggest thing for a lot of our tournaments. Most athletes get a player pass to enjoy the park. OAC didn't choose to go that route this year, but I think in the future that could be a part of it. So when teams register, they can also have the potential opportunity to get hooked up with Cedar Point passes. I think, again, that's something in the future that we look for this tournament, but it's what we already do with soccer and baseball as it is. When we talk to those club coaches over the summer, that's a big reason they're coming out here. It's a huge draw. It's a great draw. It helps us out. The reason we exist is to also help fill out the shoulder seasons like November and September and October. Once Cedar Point closes down, we can help bring local economic impact by driving hotel stays, spend in the area through restaurants, gas stations, everything like that. So for us to be here, it's not just all about us. We really do impact the community. Last year, we had an economic impact of $26.7 million to Erie County. This year, that number is probably going to be close to double that. So we're super excited about that. We bring a lot. We bring a lot to the area. We bring a lot of people to the area. But again, we still don't want our doors to just be open to those from outside of Sandusky. Sandusky, and having events like this opens it up to the locals too. We've got a Sandusky team out here this weekend. We've got a team from Fremont. We've got some other local teams out here that are within 50 miles, which is great. We love seeing that too.
Okay, so I'm a wrestling guy.
Yeah.
You come from a wrestling community.
Yeah.
Right? You guys, first off, Steebers.
Yep.
Right? Steeber brothers, you grew up with them.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep. Grew up with them.
Phillips, Tassari.
Yep.
Those guys are all right in your wheelhouse, right?
Yeah. So was in Logan's grade when I graduated high school. We actually used to go out to Jeff's house all the time and do some of the workouts that some of the guys would come out and do for the wrestlers. So Jeff
Those
was
Ohio
nice
dogs, by the way.
Yeah. So Jeff would allow us to come on out and let some of the football guys get in on some of those. And I played basketball myself, never did wrestle.
So did Jeff.
Yeah.
You were the state championship basketball team at Monroeville.
Yeah, one of the only families, or probably the only family, to have a son and a father win a state championship. Logan getting the state championship as a team in 2010 and Jeff in 1984. So, yeah, that was definitely something that was always a laughing joke, is that probably the only father-son couple from Monroeville to have that
I think in the state of Ohio, maybe.
And probably.
I'm sure we could dig and find, but that's pretty incredible.
Yeah, so,
right? That was a special thing, man.
Yeah.
Going through the high school and being, parallel with those guys, right? In the same grade. I mean, you're on the basketball team, there's a wrestling team. They won it with 5 guys, essentially.
Yep. And I mean, their work ethic was insane. I played football with those guys. Logan, all 6 years, because we played in junior high together. And I remember when we were in junior high and in freshman, Jeff would make those guys jog to the JV games and stuff. So just to get their workouts in. And then if you ever stayed over at Jeff's house and with Logan and Hunter, if you ever crashed over at their place, they'd wake up in the morning and go on runs, after playing video games all night with us. So a testament to them has always been their work ethic. Those kids have always had a stellar work ethic. All 5 of them did. And that's what culminated that team championship in 2010 and all those individual championships throughout the years. Those 4 guys, it wasn't given to them. It definitely was earned. So.
Awesome. We're going to go I can sit here and talk wrestling with you all day. Okay? We're going to go check out some football.
Yeah.
Check out some teams. Yeah. Jared's weighing teams in over here. Okay? So we're going to go check that out. You got anything else for me?
No, I mean, we always just tell people, enjoy the park. You're not going to believe it. You start walking around, it really is a modern spectacle, and that's what I love. People walk out here and they're like, man, this is the most beautiful place in the world. And to see people from the local community that come out and see that, and they're like, people drive by and they're like, oh, I just thought baseball fields were out here. And they walk through the gates and it's this beautiful, immaculate facility. And we're proud of it. We work hard to keep it that way. So we always say, enjoy the park, enjoy all that happens. We've got an 18 baseball tournament going on today. So we got baseball
crazy.
and football. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
November.
Yep, that's right. You put it out there, teams sign up for it, and they're here. So if teams will come out, we'll host it. So that's how it always goes.
Thank you for the time.
Yeah.
We'll catch up with you. Probably see some more of the facility, all right?
Oh, yeah. Enjoy, guys.